Hey everyone, it's Josh Rubin from East West Healing and Performance. It's been a week or so. My parents are here on vacation in San Diego, and it's actually been raining the whole week. It's Monday morning. I'm here at work for a quick hour to see a client. It's pouring outside, and it's just one of those days you just want to curl up on the couch. But today, I just want to post something just a little quick post with some quick tips for you. You know, it's the new year. Everyone wants to lose weight. Everyone wants to flatten their belly. Everyone wants a six-pack. And every infomercial you see says just 3 times a week, 20 minutes a day, and you can look like this, which is completely false, but most people believe that. So I'm going to give you some myths about A, activating your core, B, giving yourself a six-pack, and some nutritional lifestyle, just quick principles, as well as how to train your abs to actually get them to look better. Because everyone's out there eating like shit, doing crunches on the floor, and all they're really doing is going like this. So essentially, all they're really doing is making the neck muscle stronger, and their abs are just in a constant spasm. Okay, so you're really doing nothing for yourself, to be honest with you. So it kind of hurts me when I go into a gym and I see all these people training. They really just don't know any better. But all these trainers are actually training them on the floor, and they're actually giving me a neck workout and not an ab workout because they go by feeling. So, like, first quick tip that can help you in the new year to actually help, if you want to activate your core. Everyone talks about core. Is if you have any type of gut inflammation, liver inflammation, gastrointestinal, small intestine, large intestine, pancreatic, uterine, like the time you cycle, any type of inflammation in those organs, you're not going to be able to activate your core, okay, which is actually going to inhibit those muscles and stretch them out. So if you start working them when you have inflammation from improper nutrition, from maybe conventional foods, refined processed foods, foods with additives and preservatives, or foods, what we call dead foods, that take more from your body than actually give you, box foods, canned foods, things like that, they cause inflammation. And the muscles of the core, right, if this is an organ, the muscles of the core run right over it. It's like a corset. So if those muscles have inflammation and they're hot, they'll inhibit the muscles that go over it. It's according to Hilton's law, okay, and Davy's law and other laws like that. So if the muscle or the muscle goes over the organ, anything that goes over the organ, it's going to be inhibited, and even the skin. So a good example is like when a woman gets pregnant and she has a baby in there, that's essentially somewhat inflammation. The baby stretches out the core abdominal muscles, so it's almost impossible for you to contract them. That's why a lot of women get back pain. So if you have gut inflammation, you're trying to work your abs, you're actually just going through the movements, but you're not recruiting the proper muscles, so you're actually creating what's called a faulty motor pathway. So in the end, you end up maybe with rounded shoulders, a hump in your back, and a forward head because you're not activating the right muscles during your crunches or during your reverse lower abdominal exercises or reverse crunches and so forth. Okay? A lot of those organs as well are innervated from, let's say, T12, the thoracic, some of the thoracic vertebrae, I don't want to get technical, all the way down to the lumbar vertebrae. So if those organs are affected, there's going to be what's called a visceral somatic, which is organ to muscle reflex. Or there can actually be a muscle to organ reflex, organ to organ, and muscle to muscle. So let's say a good example is the stomach is innervated from T5 to T9. So there's a lot of research to show that people that have, let's say, scapular winging or atrophy rhomboids, that it's actually from an issue in the stomach or a hydrochloric acid deficiency causing the atrophy, because those nerve roots that innervate that organ innervate muscles in that area. And if the organ is inflamed or inhibited for some reason and not working properly, it's going to affect the neurological input or signals to the muscle. Organs share sensory input with muscles. Muscles have motor or movement and sensory innervation. Sensory goes in the body, we move, or motor is output. Okay? Organs only have motor. They share sensory pathways with muscles. So my question is, your pain, your inhibition, your inflammation, is it a muscle or is it organ inflammation? Well, my perspective in East West Healing, a lot of it is organ issues. So the first tip, go to our website or set up a consult or find a CHEK practitioner in your area. Do some nutritional lifestyle coaching. Start to eat living food. Start to eat organic. Drink plenty of water. Do our 4-hour gut healing program to heal the inflammation in your gut. Because if you're trying to work your inner unit, your core, or lose weight, and you have this inflammation, you're basically beating a dead horse. Okay? The tail is wagging the dog, not the dog wagging the tail. Second thing, commonly, is fungal infection, parasite infection, bacterial infection. If you have any of those three, which is very common, we test for them all the time, most people do have a fungal infection. You can look on our website and blog for more information on the symptoms. If you have a bacterial infection, which is most common is H. pylori, we just did a YouTube on that. It's on our blog as well. And if you have any type of parasite, you have inflammation in your gut, you can have inflammation in your lungs. Those will inhibit certain muscles. The lungs are innervated or reflex to the shoulders. Same thing with the liver. So you see people with a lot of breathing issues, diaphragmatic issues, and liver inflammation chronically have weak shoulders, shoulder instabilities, and shoulder pain. Okay? So you can do a test through Biohealth Diagnostics or through us, which we run the test through Biohealth Diagnostics to see what's going on in there so we can reduce the inflammation to get your abs working again so you can have the six-pack. Okay? Going back to the first one, another great example is think about when a woman has her cycle. There's tons of inflammation in the uterus and the female organs because of, A, the hormones are being released, but also because of the sloughing and this bleeding, okay? So when that happens, most women get very hypermobile. They become very unstable because of that inflammation, and they can't activate their core because they're bloated and so forth. So you can see just from a organ perspective how it can cause muscle inhibition, which can cause dysfunction. So if you're trying to do crunches when you have your cycle, once again, the tail's wagging the dog. The third tip is pretty simple, is faulty training. Most trainers, most people are training people improperly. My first question is, the abdominal muscles, right, the power abdominal muscles, let's say rectus abdominis, okay, you have what's called slow twitch and fast twitch muscles in the body. Okay, slow twitch are postural, they're aerobic, okay, and if they're loaded, if there's faulty loading, they shorten under load. You have fast twitch, you have type 2A, 2B, blah, blah, blah. Those are anaerobic, okay? Those are used for like sprinting and things like that, or like your glute to come off the line, or to walk or run. The glute's a fast twitch muscle fiber, okay? Well, the rectus abdominis, everyone's trying to do crunches, is a anaerobic fast twitch muscle fiber. Everyone in the world trains it like a slow twitch muscle fiber. How many crunches did you do today? You see this mostly with boxers. Oh, I did 1,000. Well, you just trained an aerobic muscle, an anaerobic muscle aerobically. You're actually going to make things a lot worse. You can actually not even train it. You actually fatigue it. And then you start recruiting other muscles that shouldn't be recruited. So you're creating faulty motor programs. And then you start over-recruiting your chest, your shoulders, and your neck, and now you're creating a thoracic kyphosis and forward head posture. At the same time, most people are training on the ground. They're training through partial range of motion, and a muscle can only do A and B worked through a full range of motion. Okay? All you're working the muscle is like 50%. And if you work a muscle 50%, guess what? You're only going to get it to 50% efficiency. So we could talk about this forever. I do 5-day lectures on this, or 3 days lectures on that topic. But the key is, if you're going to do crunches, do them over a ball, right? Everyone says, oh, that's sissy. Well, you can do them over a ball and still grab a 100-pound dumbbell and put it in your chest and do crunches. You need to train it anaerobically, meaning you should do 8 to 12 reps, no more, with heavy weight. You shouldn't be doing 1,000 reps on the ground with your feet up. All you're doing is training your neck and your psoas. And you see this all the time in boxing with personal trainers. All they're doing is neck and psoas exercises. So, do it on a ball, add weight, 8 to 12 reps, train it like a fast twitch muscle fiber, and you'll get much better results. Okay? So I did them in this order, nutrition and organ to exercise, because you can see, if you just focus on the exercise and you're trying to get rid of that belly, but if you're leading an unhealthy life and eating like shit and you have liver inflammation or gut inflammation, you're never going to get that six-pack that you want. So if you work on your nutrition, following a lot of the nutrition lifestyle principles that we talk about on a YouTube page, also on our website, on our resource page on our website at eastwesthealing.com, got over 50 articles and 400 blog posts you can read on there about nutrition and lifestyle principles. You can see that it takes life to give life, and you have to fix the body from the inside to get what you want on the outside. All right? So hopefully you enjoyed it. Have a great day, and we'll see you later.